Morning, Shenango Science Aid. It's Mr. Drzezinski. I'm on the third video for the rocks activity. I'd like to get you the volumes and the masses for numbers 12 through 15. These are four metamorphic rocks: gneiss, marble, quartzite, and slate. And after you get those, you can calculate the densities, put the appearances in, and then you can actually go and work through the rest of this activity. Okay, let's go with the first rock here, gneiss. Gneiss is a metamorphic rock. If you look close, it looks like it's striped with black and white stripes. Gneiss comes in lots of different colors, actually. This particular rock is used for all sorts of architectural applications. They use it for stairways and stair steps and flooring. They also can use it for wall facing. I'd like to put it on the scale and give you a dimension, but I'm going to bend the your sample of gneiss reads 36.2 grams. You can write that down, 36.2 grams. And I'd like to check the volume, but I don't think it's going to fit in the graduated cylinder, so I'm going to use the beaker here. I got the beaker filled with 100 milliliters of water. And with the stone in there, it's going to go up to about 112 milliliters, which would make the rock 12 cubic centimeters. 12 cubic centimeters cm to the third. Okay, let me clean this up and we'll do the next rock. You can calculate the density of gneiss by dividing the mass by the volume. Mass divided by volume, the units will be grams per cubic centimeter. And remember, any value greater than 1 will be more dense than water and sink in water. Any value less than 1 will be less dense than water and float in water. So your values here should be greater than 1. Nice. Second rock I'd like you to do is marble. You might be familiar with marble. Again, this comes in all sorts of colors. This particular piece of marble was cut to be used as a countertop, and one of its faces is shiny. Marble is also used in all sorts of architectural applications, flooring and steps and grave markers and sculpture. Here's your piece of marble on the digital scale. You can mark that as 45.6 grams. And let's see if it'll fit into the graduated cylinder. And it doesn't fit in the graduated cylinder, so I'm going to use 100 milliliters of water in this beaker. And it's going to go from 100 milliliters to about 110 milliliters. That would make that rock 10 cubic centimeters in volume, 10 cm to the third. Okay, let me clean this up and we'll go to the next stone. Use your calculator to determine the density, mass divided by volume of the marble. Third stone we're going to take a look at is called quartzite. Take a look at this quartzite. It's actually very colorful and it's a little bit crystally. This one is mostly reddish, but again, it comes in all sorts of different colors. Quartzite is a metamorphic rock that morphed from sandstone. And again, this can be used in all decorative pieces, flooring, tiling, headstones, same as these other sort of rocks. To calculate the density, we're going to determine the mass. The mass of the piece of quartzite is 52.9 grams. Again, to check the volume, I don't think this is going to fit in our graduated cylinder. I'm going to use 100 milliliters of water in this beaker. When I set the quartzite in there, it's going to go up to about 125 milliliters. That would make it 25 cubic centimeters. 25 cm to the third. Okay, let me clean this up and we'll do the last rock. Again, use your calculator to determine the density of the quartzite, mass divided by volume. The last of the 4 stones that I have here is a piece of slate. See how thin the slate is. It comes in layers. It's actually metamorphized from shale, and it's black in color, although you can get some that's a little green and some that's a little red. You might be familiar with slate. They use it for slate pool tables, slate roofs, and you can use it on flooring or tiling. Okay, I'm going to start by putting it on the scale so we can determine the density. The mass of this piece of slate is 17.2 grams. And I'm going to set it in. Again, I'm not going to be able to fit it in the graduated cylinder. I'm going to set it in the beaker. I can fit it in the beaker even. Yep. And it went from 100 milliliters to about 108 milliliters. That would make the volume 8 cubic centimeters. 8 cm to the third. Then you can use your calculator to determine the density of the slate. I think all 4 of these rocks have a density greater than 1. All 4 of these rocks are going to sink in water. When you continue through the activity, you have number 16, 17, and on the following pages, all the way up to number 34. So that needs to be completed at this time. Those are the 12 rocks that you need to study for the PSSAs. We had 4 igneous, 4 sedimentary, and these 4 metamorphic. Thank you.